in the book, the exercise 1, change the degree of comparison without changing the meaning. So here the sentence is given. For example, the first sentence here is given: the elephant is not as strong as the lion. The elephant
Your video is not clear.
is not as strong as lion. So you can see here it is written strong. That means this is the positive. Like we have discussed the first example. Yes, sorry. The elephant is not as strong as lion. Okay. So here this strong is showing that here the degree that we have used is the positive. Now if we will change it into the comparative, the elephant is not stronger than lion. Here we have used comparison, stronger. We have used than word which is used for the comparison, and you can see the meaning of both the sentences is the same. There is no change. Let's take another example. Rahim is as clever as Abdul. Rahim is as clever as Abdul. So, clever, that means it is the positive. Abdul is not cleverer than Rahim. Now here we have used the comparison. Okay. So this we have changed the positive into the comparative. We have seen the two examples of the same. Now we will take an example where we are talking about the superlative. So for that, let's take an example. The giraffe is the tallest animal. The giraffe is the tallest animal. Now this tallest is showing here that it is the superlative. Okay. So now if we will change it into the positive, no other animal is as tall as giraffe. No other animal is as tall as giraffe. Now here this tall is the positive. Read both the sentences. The giraffe is the tallest animal, means among all the animals, giraffe has the greatest height, and no other animal is as tall as giraffe. In both these sentences, the formation of the sentences is different. We have placed some words here and there, but the meaning that we can derive from both these sentences is the same. Let's take another example. This book is not as interesting as that one. I guess this is a sentence. This book is not as interesting as that one. Okay. So this is the way. Now you must be familiar that whenever we are using the term this as interesting as, or as tall as, or as soon as, all these are showing the positive form. So when we will change into it in the superlative, that book is more interesting than this one. That book is more interesting than this one. This will be now more interesting. Now there are some terms where we do not have the comparative or the superlative degrees exactly, then we use the more or the most form. For example, here it is more interesting. It can be most interesting. Okay. Or for example, there is a term beautiful. This is also an adjective, but when we have to change it into the comparative or the superlative, we do not make any change in this term. But how we will write it? For the comparative, it will be more beautiful. And for the superlative, it will be most beautiful. So for some words to change them into the comparative or the superlative, we do not make any change in the words itself, but we add more or most with them to make it comparative and superlative. So this is how we change the sentences on the basis of degree of comparison. Always remember about the positive, comparative and the superlative degree. On the basis of that, you can decide what kind of sentence it is, and then you can decide in what form you can change it. If you won't be able to recognize the positive, comparative or superlative, then it would not be possible for you to change it into the other form. So first recognize the sentence on the basis of the degree of comparison that is given in the sentence, and then change it into the other form.